Coach, your group came up with a number of big plays in overtime. What did you like about your group's collective effort in the extra session to come away with the win?
Learning how to win, understanding that what's important and what's needed in those moments, the poise that we showed, knowing the things we needed to get done, which were big defensive stops, big defensive rebounds, and then finding the matchups that we need. And then when it comes down to it, it is making big shots down the stretch as well.
Coach, Caleb Houstan, 25 points, a career high for him. Can you just talk about just waiting his turn and just, finding his moment now to really show and help this team?
Caleb is a machine. And I mean it, and I laugh and joke with him every day that he's in that gym. He is a machine. He's the first one in. He's the last one out. He's not taking days off. Even when you tell him to take a day off, he's not taking it off. He's working his tail off night in and night out to do the right thing. And he's someone that we've talked about that you know where he's going to be on the floor, both offensively and defensively, because he studies, he works, and the coaches do a phenomenal job of keeping him ready.
Coach, this is your team's second overtime game in the last 3 games. What do these experiences help? How do they help your team at this point in the season and down the stretch of the season?
Well, there was a time in that huddle that we talked about it, right? We said, this is just like Sacramento. What can we take from that? So you go out, you win the tip, you execute, you try to do it the right way. You know exactly what you need to do because you felt that firsthand 7 days ago. So what does that look like? What does that feel like? What's the possessions we need to take care of? What's the execution we have to have? And then the level of communication and focus of what we've walked through during shoot-around. They've seen that and felt that. So that's what they learn in those moments.
I know it seems like every game that we're coming up with some new accolade to give to Paolo, but what does it say about him to be able to step up the way that he did in overtime? I think he had 8 of the 12 points in overtime to kind of pace this team and deliver the win.
He's a winner. I'll probably say the same exact thing every time because he's a winner. He's going to find a way to help the team win, whatever that looks like. Finding guys, finding mismatches, defensive assignments, whatever it looks like. This young man is growing more and more each and every single game about what he has to do and the responsibility that he possesses with this team. And these guys trust what he's capable of doing.
Coach, 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. You had a chance to take a timeout. You chose not to. Can you explain the reasoning behind that? You gave Paolo kind of a nod. Did you know what he was going to do with it?
Well, he called out and got exactly what he wanted. So, the situation that we've been working on before, Trey had been in a couple pick and rolls with Paolo. They were showing out, and it was his ability to either get downhill, which he did. They closed the gap. He threw the ball back to Caleb for a wide-open 3, which is for winning the game. So he made the right play, which is exactly what we say for a young man, that you need him to make the right play. Because I'm telling you right now, if I'd have called a timeout, I'd have probably called the exact same play. I would have zippered him up from the side out of bounds, got the ball in his hands. We'd have slipped out of the pick and roll. He'd either got downhill or you're throwing it back to Caleb Houstan for a knockdown 3. Same play.
Coach, Trey Young, 2 of 9 from 3, DeJounte Murray, 0 of 2. Can you talk about the job that Jalen did on those 2 guys and then just the collective team effort there?
I think Jalen does a tremendous job, and I've said it before. I said it in Denver. He's a top 5 defender when he is fully and completely locked all the way in, and that's what he's capable of doing on a regular basis.
Coach, just in limited minutes tonight, getting Markelle back out there on the floor, what do you evaluate from him in terms of the pace of play that he was playing with and really just his overall performance?
Well, he played himself to exhaustion in his minutes, and that's why being able to be on a minutes restriction in that moment is good because he can get his wind, he can get a rhythm for being back on the floor with the guys, and then they can feel the pace in which he plays at, so understanding how much we're going to have to push that ball even more, and then defensively just crawling into guys, getting over screens, showing your hands, being active throughout the night, and that's going to take some time, but that's what this team is about by committee. And when guys are asked to step in, they'll continue to do it.
Did you get an explanation for the tech you received?
I was wishing him a happy new year and telling him he was doing a great job at that time, and that's pretty much all I can remember.
All right, thank you, Coach Mose.
Thank you, guys.
The group came up with a number of key plays down the stretch of overtime. What did you like about your group's collective effort in the extra session to come away with the win?
Yeah, I think just staying poised. I think we talk about it a lot. Coach Mose talks about that a lot. We kind of go over these situations in practice, walk through film. So just being able to stay poised and do what we kind of go over was a big thing for us.
Caleb, you've been able to really just make more minutes come into the game. Can you talk about just getting a career high tonight and just how it felt for you just to see the offense going for you?
Yeah, it was fun. I think we all played well. Obviously, a big win with a lot of guys out. But I mean, it just next man up. We talk about that a lot. So it's just a lot of fun. It's being out there playing with the guys. Yeah.
That three, the buzzer at the end of regulation was going in, and just what did you see from the floor tonight in general?
Yeah, I mean, every shot I take, I think is gonna go in, or else I wouldn't shoot it. But yeah, I mean, it felt good. I mean, yeah, I feel like the whole game felt good. I feel like I was aggressive, and I feel like we really moved the ball. And it was just fun to be out there.
Feels like you've had a handful of these continuing to grow and grow. You know, your performances on the court as a second-year player. How comfortable do you feel out there?
Definitely a lot comfortable than last year. I think that just comes with like experience. Obviously, just continuing to play in this league and learning from your mistakes and things that you do well in certain games. But yeah, definitely just learning, taking it day by day, just trying to get better.
Caleb, obviously, career high 25 points. You talked about it. Coach talked about guys stepping up all the time, coming in for different guys. You also had 4 assists, 0 turnovers, just all around great game. What would you say? Like, what would you want the league to know about Caleb Houstan?
I think just someone that's just always ready to play and just really just trying to do anything to help their team win. Where they got to come and make shots, space the floor, defense. Just trying to help my team any way I can.
Caleb, how much has your confidence grown within the last month or so? And do you think that entering the starting lineup tonight may have added to that?
I think confidence. I feel like I've always been confident, especially in my shot. I mean, I put the work in. I think just continuing to be aggressive, which is a big thing. Sorry, what was the second part of the question?
Being in the starting lineup, does that add to confidence or just
I mean, I feel like it's always great to start, but I don't think it really adds more confidence or anything. I'm always confident in myself. But definitely it was real cool to start for sure.
You've been alongside, Paolo and watched him grow firsthand, to see the kind of growth that he's making and the steps he's taken this season. Just how impressed are you by that?
Yeah, I mean, you guys see everything that he's doing, just carrying us, just doing everything for us. So it's great to be able to be out there with him, or whether I'm watching, playing on the court with him. Just what he's able to do is special. So yeah, it's just really fun to be out there playing with him and watching what he's doing.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
We know how much work you put in to get back onto the court. Just how good did it feel to be back out there with your teammates and playing an NBA game again?
It's huge. I'm just extremely blessed just to have the opportunity just to be able to step back out there with my teammates. And that's pretty much it. That's all I care about is being able to be out there with my brothers, go out there and compete, and just try to get wins. And that's what we did tonight. So, again, I'm just extremely thankful. I'm glad I made it through the game healthy. I'm glad we got a win.
You said you made it through the game healthy, so how do you feel now? And I remember before we talked with you, like maybe a few weeks ago, you said you wanted to make sure you were coming back for the long term. So do you feel like you're going to be able to do that?
Absolutely. I think, obviously with our training staff and Coach Mose, playing precautious, having me on minute restriction right now, and just, again, we're worried about the long haul here, especially for myself and with the organization. And again, all I care about is contributing to this team, helping them win, whether that's 2 minutes, whether that's 20 minutes, whether that's 30 minutes. I'm going to do everything in my power to just help my teammates try to contribute to a win. So.
When Dell came back after his absence, he said he felt maybe a step behind. How did you feel out there just with the pace of the game and first game back since November 9th?
I felt fine, actually. Again, I think I can just help the team anyways. I just tried to push the ball even when we start on offense. I think that's one thing I can bring to the game no matter what. Compete on a high level on defense. And I know myself. I know it's just going to get better as the games go along, and as well as with the team. We're going to continue to build, continue to get better on both ends of the floor. And, again, just taking it one day at a time. I can't come back and think that everything is going to be, amazing and perfect. Like I said, my only thing, go out there, have fun, and I did that. So I checked the box for myself, and again, we got to win. So I couldn't be any better, be any happier.
Markelle, picking up on that point on the defensive side of the ball, you did a really good job getting over those screens and kind of running Trey off the line. How would you rate your defensive performance tonight and really the team with Trae Young in general?
I just think that I honestly think it was around a C. I I think I can get better in many ways. We all can. But, again, I think defensively it's mostly effort. That's one thing that, I pride myself on is going out there and competing on both ends of the floor. And I think I did a good job of that, just while I'm in there, just, again, picking up, trying to make it tough on them. And it's a team effort, so I think we did a good job tonight, and we pulled out the win.
Markelle, this isn't basketball related, but you're a Washington guy. There's a ton of Michigan guys in that locker room. You guys talking a little smack about tomorrow's national championship game?
Absolutely. I've been trying to ask them what we're doing for it, whether or not, we got 3, so I'm actually 4. Chet isn't here, so I'm kind of scared if we lose, but I got confidence in UW. We can go out there and get that dub.
Markelle, as a team, obviously you guys are very close, but given the fact that you guys have faced a lot of adversity these last couple of games, does that bring y'all closer? How does that, how does the team kind of progress after these last couple of games?
I think it absolutely makes us closer. We always talk about doing it by committee, and we believe in everybody on our team. So when guys go down and things happen, we practice for this. We know that the next guy mentality, next guy up, and we all give each other confidence. And we believe we can go out there and win with whoever's on the floor. And I think that's one thing that's special about our team, not only on the court but off the court. We really believe in each other. We really care about each other. So that's something that shows, and I think that it's just showing in a few couple wins that we had. No matter what the game throws at us, what happens with us, no matter the adversity, we're going to stay together and we're going to go out there and compete.
Speaking of one of the Michigan men, can you talk about Caleb Houston's performance stepping up tonight into the starting 5 and dropping a career-high 25?
Sniper. That guy's a shooter. He's one of those guys that's in the gym every day. He works really, really hard to work on his craft, and you're just seeing a product of that. He's getting opportunities, taking full advantage of it, and that's what it's all about. You never know when your opportunity is going to come, and I think he's doing an unbelievable job of just, doing what he does, playing his game, and he's showing everybody what he can do.
Markelle, you mentioned checking off the box of playing your first game tonight. What's the next box that you feel needs to be checked, and how do you kind of just make sure that you're measuring yourself and making and saying like, hey, it's not going to all come back at once?
Just keep having fun. That's it. That's all I care about. Keep having fun and try to win as many games as we can. I've been through this enough times that I know how it goes. I know sometimes you feel extra pressure to try to get everything back at once, but again, I believe in our team. I believe in everything we can do. I know they believe in me, so I'm always just going to go out there and try to make whatever winning plays I can make to help our team win. And sometimes that might be defense, sometimes that might be scoring, sometimes that might be just talking to my team and off the court. So, again, my only objective is, 1, stay healthy, 2, have fun, 3, keep trying to win. That's it.
Is there anything else for Kelly?
All right, brother.
Jason,
Paolo, we've talked a lot about the season, about this team learning how to win. This is your second overtime game in the last 3. Just what did you make of this experience, finding a way to win in overtime, and what do you think you can learn from this win tonight?
Yeah, I think we're getting to the point where we're not fazed by close games. I think, or at least for me last year, like being a rookie, like not saying I was afraid of the big moment, but it would get to like that, nut cutting time, and you'd be like, okay, like you kind of feel that pressure, that anxiousness to, like plays have to be made. We can't lose. We might have a lead. We don't want to lose it. And I think all of that's gone this year just throughout the team. Whenever we're in a close game or overtime or whatever it may be, there's just, it's a sense of calm throughout the coaches, throughout the players, throughout myself, and I think it's showing.
Paolo, you mentioned just now a sense of calm and confidence in your second year in close games. You hit a nice turnaround jumper over Jalen Johnson in overtime, put you guys up 115-110, and you hit him with the 2 small. Just curious kind of like what you were feeling in that moment. You had a big smile on your face as you went back down the court. Just kind of walk us through that moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's just having fun. Like, you got to be able to, obviously in those moments it's very serious, very intense, but like you got to still enjoy it, and I mean, it's a big shot, and just a smile, I think, is just a testament to the way the game went. I think guys played great. Caleb Houstan played great. He made big shots the whole game. Just when they were starting to, get right to taking the lead or tying it up, he would hit a big shot to keep him at arm's length. So I think just having fun in those moments, because, I mean, I think, at least for me, like that's the most fun part of the game is when it's the last, 5 minutes or overtime and, you can make big plays to help put your team over the edge.
Paolo, picking up on that point, you did make a lot of big plays in those last 5 minutes of the game and in overtime, but Coach Mose talked about it after the game before you got in here. Caleb making big shots, you guys creating that play where you kicked it out to him at the end of regulation. Yeah. Just talk about the big shots that you guys are allowing Caleb and Jalen to make and the trust that you have in those kind of guys.
Yeah, like Kel just said right here, like Caleb, he comes in every single day, same routine, same work, same attitude. Every rep looks the same. And, you know, it seems basic, but it's really hard to, you know, do that every single day and stay in that routine every single day. And so him being in his second year, you know, he's already ahead of, you know, a lot of guys just because of the work he puts in every single day. And you can just see, like, you know, every shot he shoots looks the same. And he has the same look on his face. You know, you never see him, you know, flustered. You know, he's just out there doing him. He's been a big-time player since high school, you know. Like, this isn't some Cinderella story. Like, Caleb been a hooper for a minute. So I'm just glad that he's getting to show it.
Paolo, you know how much work Markelle's put in to get back out to the court, to see him back out there and playing. Just how happy were you for him tonight?
Yeah, I was super happy. You know, Kel's been a key leader of this team since I got here. And he's – no matter if he's been on the court, off the court, he's been the same leader, same attitude, same approach, and he's just always a positive voice for the whole team. And so then when you get to have him on the court, it just elevates all of that. And so having him out there, seeing him just get to run up and down, make plays, like it just felt great for us and also for him, I'm sure. So obviously his first game, you know, he's gonna keep coming back, you know, one step at a time. And you know, when he's ready to fully go, you know, we're gonna be even better.
Markelle, Paolo, those MVP chants were pretty loud tonight in the overtime period. Can you tell me what it meant to get those after all these MVP performances?
Well, yeah, I mean, you dream of that. I can't lie. I mean, watching games on TV, you see guys get those chants. Shoot, even on 2K, you score enough points, you start getting MVP chants. So it's something that you dream of since you was a kid, and it's surreal. You know, you want to focus on making the free throw, but when the whole arena's chanting that, you know, I think I missed it, went in and out. So maybe it was a little bit of jinxed me a little bit. But no, it's a great moment, and I don't take that for granted. So I appreciate the fans and, you know, the Magic faithful for sure.
Paolo, how much of your game is changing because you don't have Franz out there?
I think I have to take a little bit more of a load just in terms of creating and scoring. You know, with Franz out, you know, there's sometimes in the game where you just kind of give it to Franz and let him do it. And so now I think just more of a load, but I think my approach is the same. I think, you know, I'm always trying to be aggressive. I'm always trying to make the right play. And then, yeah, I mean, I think it doesn't change as much because I know we got guys stepping in who can play and fill in. Obviously, they may not be able to do what Franz does. Obviously, him being one of our leading, you know, main leader scorers, but just the ability to step in and play their role, whether it's Chuma, Caleb, TQ, you know, those guys are coming in playing great minutes, and I'm just adjusting and trying to help them out as much as I can with, you know, finding them, talking to them, and helping them out. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully we get Franz back as soon as possible, but, you know, we're just going to keep going.
Paolo, this isn't basketball related, but there's a lot of guys. You're from Washington. Markelle went to Washington. You got a bunch of Michigan guys in the locker room.
Game, yes, sir. It's game time, baby.
You got a prediction? You guys talking a little smack? Who's going to win, UW or Michigan?
Yeah, obviously I got UW all the way. That's a huge game. I honestly never thought I would live to see the day there in the national championship. So I'm happy. You know, my parents are even happier. They're going to be at the game. And yeah, I got UW, best show on turf. Shout out Mike Penix. Shout out all my guys from O'Day High School who's on the Washington football team. Hopefully they go get a dub, man.